Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really core to being human. Love and emotions, and how they basically build the deep relationships we're all looking for.
Absolutely. We've got some great psychological frameworks to look at.
Yeah, the goal is really to pull out key insights for you on building and, keeping those meaningful connections.
It starts with that fundamental need we all have for connection. It impacts our well-being so much.
Totally. And love, it's complex, right?
Well,
So many forms.
Definitely. Sternberg's triangular theory is a good starting point, I think.
Oh yeah, the triangle. Intimacy, passion, and commitment.
Exactly. Intimacy is that closeness. Passion is the spark, the drive.
And commitment being the decision, the choice to stick with it.
Right. And how they combine is where it gets interesting. Like intimacy alone, that's liking, a good friendship.
Okay, and just passion.
That's infatuation, that intense, often early stage feeling.
Right. And commitment by itself is empty love.
Yeah, maybe the feelings faded, but the decision to stay remains. Then you mix them.
So intimacy and passion give you romantic love.
And intimacy plus commitment, that's companionate love. Deep affection, comfortable.
Got it. And fatuous love, that's passion and commitment, maybe without the deep closeness.
You got it. And the goal for many, I suppose, is consummate love, all three.
Well, but it can change, yeah. The balance isn't fixed.
Not at all. Then there's Lee's color wheel model, too. Different perspective.
The colors, primary styles. Eros, ludus, storge.
Eros is that passionate physical attraction. Ludus is more playful, like love's a game.
And storge is the slow burn, friendship-based love.
Correct. And they combine, too, into secondary styles.
Like mania. That sounds intense.
It is. Eros and ludus mixed. Very possessive sometimes. Pragma is practical ludus and storge.
Looking for the right fit, logically.
Sort of. And agape is selfless love mixing storge and eros.
Let's circle back to romantic love for a second. Sternberg's intimacy and passion combo, it has phases, right?
Typically, yeah. Infatuation is first, lots of dopamine, norepinephrine. Feels amazing.
Doesn't always last.
Often followed by disillusionment. Seeing the person, flaws and all.
And hopefully that can lead to mature love. More oxytocin, bonding.
That's often the path, yeah. Acceptance, deep connection.
Okay, moving beyond romantic. Familial love, that bond with family, biological or chosen.
It's characterized by comfort, support, usually unconditional acceptance, loyalty. It's deep.
A strong sense of belonging, but not romantic.
Exactly. And then there's platonic love.
Those incredibly close friendships, deep affection, but again, not romantic.
Key things there are honesty, understanding, respecting boundaries, real closeness, loyalty. You just enjoy being together.
That emotional and intellectual intimacy is huge there.
Definitely. Now, across all these deep relationships, our basic emotions play a massive role. Joy, for instance.
Joy must strengthen bonds, build trust.
Absolutely. It fosters satisfaction, intimacy, but then you have sadness or even depression.
That can really damage things. Communication suffers. Intimacy, too.
It really can. And anger. That's a quick way to break down trust in communication.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fear, too. Like fear of getting close or being rejected.
Big impact. It drives behavior, can create distance, anxiety.
This all points towards emotional intelligence, or EI, being crucial.
Totally. Self-awareness, empathy, managing your own emotions, social skills, they're all vital, especially for handling conflict.
And emotional regulation fits in here, right? Managing how we respond.
Yes. Weakening or strengthening responses, maybe suppressing an outburst or reappraising a situation to see it differently.
Or even just taking a breath. Using I statements instead of blaming.
Simple techniques, but so effective for better relationships and mental health.
So boiling it down, strong relationships need good communication.
Open, active listening, those I statements, yes.
Yeah.
And trust, reliability, transparency.
Empathy's got to be in there. Seeing their perspective.
Crucial. And shared values being on the same page fundamentally.
Thinking bigger picture, attachment theory talks about how our earliest bonds influence our adult styles, right? Secure, anxious.
Anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, fearful, avoidant. Yeah. But these styles aren't necessarily fixed for life. They can evolve.
That's hopeful. And then there's social exchange theory.
The cost-benefit idea. Are the rewards worth the costs? Is it balanced? It's about the perception of balance, really.
Of course, no relationship is perfect. Conflict happens.
Oh, absolutely. Communication failures, trust issues, money stress, different goals. Very common sources.
And how we handle it matters. Avoiding, accommodating, competing.
Compromising, collaborating. ideally finding win-win solutions.
And the payoff for nurturing these deep connections is huge, right? Mentally and physically.
Definitely. Lower stress, less anxiety and depression, better cardiovascular health, maybe even longer life, boosted immunity, oxytocin, dopamine doing good work again.
It's interesting, too, how culture affects expression. Direct versus indirect communication.
Yeah, individualistic versus collectivistic cultures often show love differently. Even relationship structures like arranged marriages highlight cultural norms.
It really makes you think about the difference between just knowing people and having truly deep relationships.
Exactly. Superficial connections lack that depth, the vulnerability, the real commitment. Deep relationships have intimacy, respect, a shared sense of purpose sometimes.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big takeaway is that nurturing love, understanding emotions, building these deep bonds, it's ongoing work.
It really is. It requires effort and attention.
Maybe the question for you listening is, which connections truly nourish you, and how can you actively cultivate those deeper bonds? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us.